What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Doe Show. We're trying this again. We got Cody here with us today. He dressed up for the occasion, by the way.
I did.
Looking all
It's about the best I've looked
clean.
in a very long time.
We gotta get a shirt, man.
Well, someone won't give me a shirt.
How many shirts do you have? You got a bunch of them.
No, I don't.
You don't take care of them. It's okay. No worries.
You charge me for them.
All right, so here's what we normally do here. We got a couple of interesting stories that we'll share with you, and then when we're done, we're bringing back sad but true. I got some good ones.
It's probably the most favorite game I've ever played in my entire life. I love that game.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe you'll guess which one is which, but they're interesting stories, so if you're watching this, play along at home, see if you can guess. I read off two stories. One of them is completely false. The other one is sad, sort of disappointing, maybe embarrassing, but unfortunately it is true. You got to guess which one is true. We'll get to that in just a moment. First up, you got something?
Yeah, the Amazon Echo, the all-new look available, whatever came out. Did you see that?
Nope.
The Amazon Echo's look, now available to all with new features. I guess it came out last year by invite only. You can only get it if you were invited to it. The new Amazon Echo look will pretty much dress you. Like, you can ask it, does this go? It'll help you with your wardrobe by algorithms and whatnot.
Is that the one with the TV on it?
I think that's something different, because that's more for, because they were with the Ring doorbell, right? That was the commercial they were in during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This one's different. It pretty much only talks about how it's good for your wardrobe, and they have like stylists that help you with it. That's weird stuff, but that's now available for everybody. It launched last year, but we weren't on that invite
tried
list.
the M. Taylor thing? You ever done that?
I've heard of M. Taylor, but no.
Supposedly it's amazing.
That was one on Shark Tank. That on Shark Tank?
A long time ago.
Yeah. That was one. I watched that actually the other night for the first time.
Well, that would be a cool one to see a picture of, actually, because that's Amazon Echo Look. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, I didn't hear about it. I don't know what the deal is with it, but
follow this stuff every day. Didn't even see it.
But you're not into that. Oh yeah, maybe that is it. Look at that middle one. That middle picture. I know that does. It's not good for a video, but
never seen that before.
Isn't that weird?
You guys have an Amazon Echo Look. I'm not into the whole Echo with the little thing, the one with the TV. Every time I see it, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, you're not about that. That's the guy who puts tape over all the cameras and
Siri.
yeah.
Sure. Well, no, not because of that. It's just like, for what? What am I gonna say? Lights.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm doing?
How cool would that be? But you were the guy that way back in the day, didn't you get that big fancy remote for the TV? This is a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
But you were into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, color screen.
Yeah, what? You had to get all the newest stuff.
But but this particular thing, I'm like, I guess I just don't believe it, because I also came from days where the original Nintendo, it had the voice activated thing, and you'd be like, play, and it wouldn't play.
Yeah.
So it's I know they've gotten a lot better, but I don't know. I'm just kind of like, what am I gonna do?
I don't see a purpose for it. The only one was the one who's at the door or whatever. That's kind of a fun one.
I like that one.
That one's kind of cool.
Otherwise, it seems like they try to make you think like, oh man, if only I knew what the weather was like immediately after I woke up.
Yeah.
Do I need the thing to tell me that?
Yeah, I mean, I Google it every morning, or Siri. You already have Siri on your phone. Most people have an iPhone. You have Siri. Yeah. I don't know why you need the whole big deal.
It's a little weird, because the commercials I've seen, it'll be like on CNBC, and they're like, tell me what the market's doing. And you're like, what does it matter? Turn the TV on.
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's probably like $300 or $400, right?
Hey, wasn't the vacuum? Oh yeah, it was $300 right there. Remember that vacuum the iRobot that looked like the Siri?
Yeah.
Why haven't they done that yet? Hey Siri, come here, and then it kind of comes rolling in, and then it'll ask you a question. Oh, no, you're not into it, but
that's got to be coming.
That has to be, right?
Now so there's actually a building in LA where we were there when they were filming the taping of. They were going to rent out the top one for some ridiculous amount of money, and they were filming this thing for the rich guides of the U.S. or something like that. And this building actually had a robot that, let's say you're like, I need a glass of wine or a bottle of wine sent to my room, you would actually just call out that command, and this robot would go all the way downstairs. They would go to the concierge, he'd put the bottle of wine in there, and then the thing would come all the way back up for you. It could be like sushi or whatever. That, I think, is coming. That's
the robot I'm waiting for. I don't need the Siri, I don't need the in-between till we get to that point, but that's the one you want, right? You want the robot that'll clean for you or get whatever you need out of the... That's what you need.
I want to be like, hey, what are the markets doing today, and have the screen come to me and be like, boom, that's what we got.
But no, you just sound really lazy, so I mean...
Yeah,
but that's what robots are, though. Yeah,
that's the point. Yeah. I don't want to turn my blinker on in the car. Why should you have to turn? If it could tell there's a car there, why should I have to bother? You know what I mean?
Because this motion, this time.
I know.
Oh, it's you gotta put your phone down. Yeah.
There we go.
I gotta turn it off too.
Oh, man. No, so Stephanie's car actually has the thing where you just touch it and it blinks 3 times. So you've got 3 blinkers to get over. But I'm like, why should I have to? If you get in a car and it knows it's dark, turn the lights on. Let's keep this rolling. Hey, it's raining, turn the wipers on. That's what her car had that too, and I thought, why am I doing anything?
Just, I can't get past this.
That makes perfect sense. All right.
We're over to next
We've
one.
lost him. Now I got a little graphic. I want to try something out just because I'm getting I'm getting better at this little deal here. So I'm gonna turn this on. Let's see what happens here when I press this button. Bam! There it is. Your head's chopped off. Mercedes subscription service for a Mercedes. You in?
Why?
No, because you don't have to keep the car. Think of it as a rental car that you can change out anytime you want. You just pay a monthly service. You can drive it. I'll give you an idea. The first, and you try to guess like what you would pay for this or how much it costs.
Okay.
So I don't know how familiar you are with models of Mercedes, but let's try this. So there's 2 tiers. The first tier in this program, you got the cars on the screen there. The first tier gives you the C43 AMG. That's a fairly pricey one. The E400, getting a little more pricey. The GLE 350 SUV, also very, very pricey. The deal here is you're paying per month something, and you can have the car delivered to you, gassed up, ready to go, with the insurance included, and drive it until you want, and then call them up and be like, switch it out for this one. The second tier, the premier tier, gives you access to the SL50 550 Roadster, the 550 SUV, and the C63S sedan, which, you know, if you got money to throw around, it's a sharp car.
I like that idea. I think that's a great idea.
Porsche,
Right?
Cadillac. Cadillac's already doing it with the Escalade. So you could have a new Escalade sent to you whenever you want, every year, no
But
matter
it's just
what.
but it's just an Escalade.
It's an Escalade.
But Mercedes, you
These
get
guys, well, yep, them, Porsche, and BMW. BMW sort of led the way here with this. You could just pick a car.
so it's like $20 a month or something. What's
$20 a month.
yeah, that's
What would you say is a fair amount to have a car delivered to you, clean, fueled, and with insurance, but you could change it out any time. So you just press the button, you get another one.
I don't even have a guesstimate. Is there a contract on this? Like you have to do this for X amount of time? Like, hey, this is for 10 years, you'll pay this.
No contract at the moment. This is a monthly service, just similar to the gym membership.
So you pay the same no matter if you get one car or...
Well, you can do
go-
one car at a time, but you can swap them out. You can say, look, I'm going to go with the beginning, the entry level tier here, or entry level, the reserve tier they call it. I'll take the C43 AMG, and then like a week later, you can be like, send me the E400. Got family coming.
Man, I don't even have a guess because I really don't even have a clue. It's
What
just
would
like a
you
lease.
pay? How about that? What would
For the Mercedes, for the reserved class, man, that's gotta be pushing just under $1,000 a month.
So you'd pay $1,000.
No, I don't want to say I would. I'm just
Well,
I'm taking a guess.
I got 50, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying I would, but I mean that's. Oh,
So-
yeah, it's gotta be just under $1,000. Would be my guess.
The entry level, the reserve tier, $15.95 a month, gives you the access to those initial 3. For $3,000 a month, you can do the premier tier. Again, clean, fueled, insured. They're currently doing this in Philadelphia and Nashville right now.
Is that worth $15.95 a month?
No, God no. Like
Oh,
I don't want
I
to get
mean-
started on that. I said last night to myself, I'm gonna stay positive. You know,
Oh, good.
everything I'm gonna be
This is.
positive.
No, I like this.
And I highly disagree with
Yeah,
this.
this. I
So-
don't get where. I don't get why that's necessary, right? I mean, I don't get that one.
The problem with this one is you think, oh, it's only, you know, all the rich people are going to do it. It's going to be the people that barely can afford it that are going to do it. That's who's going to do it.
$15.95 a month, man.
You know, back before the 2008 sort of collapse, there actually was car clubs. Same thing, but the car club would have maybe 25 cars, ranging from Mercedes to Ferraris and stuff.
right.
And you could pay to join it. And I remember the one up on US 19 was $4.95 a month. To any car you want, you just stop by, pick it up, you're good to go.
Even $4.95. I mean, that's $4.95 is a lot better than that. I mean,
At $4.95, I'm like, okay, but you're telling me I can rent cars that if I were to finance or put cash down would cost me more than that?
yeah,
Okay,
that seems worth it. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Oh man.
I'll take a Ferrari for $4.95
$4.95 a month, and then you
Switch it
switch it out.
no problem.
What happened? Why are they not around? They're not around.
Oh, they went. I mean, every sort of thing like that. 2008 came, nobody was spending money on
Oh man.
that stuff. So
Yeah, do that again.
that's my Mercedes story and my graphic there. So that's it.
Hey, I like the graphic. The graphic was fun. That was cool. I couldn't figure it out. I had to read it around going.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So my next 3 stories, unfortunately, are pretty sports heavy. I apologize for that.
What do you got?
First one is Rawlings. They sold. Did you hear about that?
Soccer team?
No, Rawlings, the baseball company. You know, they make
Oh,
baseballs.
Rawlings. Okay.
What do you
Yeah.
think I said, Rawlings?
I was thinking Rowdies when you said Rawlings.
No, not the Tampa Bay Rowdies, St. Pete Rowdies,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
they're called. No, not quite. Rawlings sold basically to Major League Baseball for $395 million.
Oh.
My only thought behind this is, because now they'll make the baseballs and they'll make the helmets and whatnot, is it's got to be good for baseball, right? Baseball's lacking in attendance. They're struggling, right?
Yeah.
Because the home run era, the steroid era, died. That was my logic, was baseball was at its height when the steroid era, early 90s, early 2000s.
Well, how's this going to help?
Well, because now the accusation last year was that the baseballs were juiced. In the playoffs, they juiced the baseballs, and more home runs were hit in the playoffs than like ever before. It was like almost 10 in one game in the World Series, and we'd never seen that before. They said they juiced the baseballs to get more eyes. Not sure if that was the case, but now doesn't that help the MLB juice baseballs now to get more attendance?
Now they have manufacturing?
Yeah,
That's
now
all
they're
they-
actually making the balls, and now they don't have to tell people, hey, juice it, and Rawlings is like, well, that compromises our integrity. Well, no, the MLB is all about it. Why can't they make the ball go further now? That was the only thing I thought of when I saw that article.
Because the person. So it's like they took the testosterone away from the human. They got to put it back in the ball to sort of leverage everything out.
Right.
That's fair.
Right, that's pretty good, right? If you're not going to let your athletes do steroids, why not let the ball? But then pitchers obviously struggle. But that's not the point. People go for baseball for the long ball. They want the home run. I thought that was interesting. MLB bought Rawlings.
Smart move.
One of the biggest baseball brands out there, which is actually Newell Brands actually owned Rawlings. I don't know if you know Newell
Oh yeah,
Brands.
public company.
Yeah, NWL. They're up 1.5% since that sold. So
They own Rawlings. I didn't know that.
yeah, not anymore.
Well, yeah.
So anyway, that was just a quick little tidbit there.
323 million.
295.
Well, if you got sports, then I'll bring it back real quick to answer these 3 questions about money, and you can get your financial life back on track.
Okay.
This is not mine. I didn't come up with this.
Okay. It sounds like
This
something you would.
is, I'm going to put up his picture here. His name was Scott. He's a financial planner, and what he did, he looked nice guy, right? Doesn't he kind of look like a guy you just be like, tell anything to?
Do you know him?
I don't know him. No.
Okay. No, he doesn't. He looks like the complete opposite.
You think? Oh, I just think he looks like a.
Oh, no way, dude.
You know when you go to the Supercuts, he's number 17.
Oh, he's for sure the model on the Supercuts. Absolutely. I definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He looks like a nice guy. Well, anyways, he said he came up with 3 questions that he asked his customers, and he said in about the goal is to get them to live their true values rather than saving for something just because it's a monetary number.
Mm-hmm.
And he said in about 1/4 of the cases, people aren't focusing on what matters most to them when it comes to their money, and he finds that most people go through autopilot when it comes to saving and investing, and they fail to remember what they're seeking. He had cancer, a sort of a cancer scare, and it really made him put his whole life into perspective. And he said tragedy forces people into perspective. And
Was he? God.
oh, he's okay now.
No, but yeah, go ahead.
So he asked his clients these 3 questions. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, imagine that you have more money than you'll ever need. How would you live your life? What would you do tomorrow?
Oh boy. Yeah, that's good. That's a fun little question to ask there. But hold on. I got to go back to the beginning here. He sounds like a pastor. This is Pastor
Kinda
Scott.
looks like a pastor.
Sounds like one. Looks like one. He's kind of giving the broad terms. Broad message. But anyway, so you want me to answer that? What was the first thing I do?
Sure.
Yeah. Why not? We'll go buy an island, right?
Not if you had more money than everybody.
That's what it said. If you had more money than you have now, right?
No, if
That's what I
imagine
heard.
if you have more money than you'll ever need. You'll have more money than you ever need. Not like more money than anybody.
Than I'll ever need. It's pretty broad. Imagine you have more money than you'll ever need.
So
I
you're
need to
throwing
buy
it
an
out.
island. I need to go buy an
Come on,
island.
Scott. This sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. If a doctor told you you had 5 to 10 years left to live while feeling healthy, what would you do with your time?
I'd probably be pretty depressed. I don't think I'd be very happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd really live life. Everyone says they live life to the fullest. I don't think I would.
I honestly, you know what I would do? I would go to, I would want to go to like Afghanistan, Iraq.
Yeah.
Some
Is
parts.
that because you're depressed too? Or?
No, there's like some parts of Egypt and stuff because I would just want to see like, is it really that bad?
Oh, well, Egypt. Oh, I'm down with the Egypt thing, not the Afghanistan thing.
No?
No.
I would try to walk into North Korea. Just see what's
Oh,
up.
yeah. So 5 to 10 years turns into, well, you only got 1 year to live.
How long's the flight? All right, and number 3, if a doctor told you you have 1 or 2 days to live, what did you miss? What did you regret?
Oh, that's deep. That's deep. What was it? If the doctor said you had 1 to 2 years, what would you miss?
You got 1 to 2 days left to live.
Yeah.
What did you miss? What did you regret? So the idea was that he's like, look, I see people running out of money all the time, but they're still trying to buy a brand new BMW. He tries to remind them that, look, in the face of tragedy, you're going to forget the BMW. You're going to wish you had done stuff with your time, with your money, with your savings and efforts. So, I don't know.
It's kind of like the scare tactic, almost. Maybe in a nice way. You seem to like that guy, but...
He seemed like a nice guy. When I saw the picture and I read the article, I was like, I'm not going to ask those questions, but
yeah,
I totally get it. I was feeling that.
It's a different approach. It's absolutely a different approach.
I was feeling it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
That's the last story I got, and then sad but true for you, so what do you got?
I'm just going to tie my last 2 in together. The first one is Justify this weekend. You familiar with Justify? That's a horse. The Preakness got a chance to win the Triple Crown this weekend. It's the heavy favorite.
I'm guessing, it's coming up.
Saturday, yeah. It's Saturday.
He's the favorite, isn't he?
Justify is the heavy favorite to pull off historic Belmont Stakes Triple Crown win. It'll be like the second time in like 10 years that someone's won the Triple, or a horse has won the Triple Crown after not having happened in years.
I was going to say, I kind of remember the last one.
Big Brown or...
And if I remember it, then...
Yeah,
the one... a movie out of it, too?
Secretariat, that was way back in the day.
Oh.
Big Brown, no, maybe it wasn't Big Brown, but there was another one that won it recently.
Yeah.
So this will be the second time in our life, or within the last like 5 to 10 years that it's happened, which is absolutely wild. But that will be Saturday at the Preakness. Tends to be a longer track. Usually these horses don't hold up very well. But
yeah, but now if they're winning Triple Crown more frequently, somebody's figuring something out, right?
I guess there's a... Yeah, what do you...
The science of horses.
Well, they're breeding off of the better horses now. I mean, I don't want to get into the science of it.
They took the juice out of the horse, put it in the hooves. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know about that one.
Horseshoe company.
I don't know about that one. But real quick, also Forbes came out with their top 10 highest paid athletes in the last 12 months and how much they made. Do you want to guess at the list?
Michael Jordan's still at the top.
In the last,
sports?
In the last 12 months, yeah, these athletes made the most.
By playing sports.
By playing.
I would still put, I don't know if it's Serena or Venus Williams somewhere near the top.
No female made the top 10 for the first time in a very long
Does it
time.
count endorsements, things like that?
Counts everything, yeah. Their total wealth.
Well, then Jordan Spieth, because he went through a little.
Jordan Spieth, not on the list. There are actually no golfers on the list. Let me get you started here. Let's get you started with number 6, LeBron James. LeBron James made $33.5 million based off salary, 55 million in endorsements. Boxer? You want to guess a boxer?
Oh, Pacquiao? No,
Pacquiao?
not him.
Not him.
McGregor.
McGregor's number 4 on the list, actually. McGregor made $85 million in salary, $14 million in endorsements. Floyd Mayweather, number 1 on the list, nonetheless. He made $275 million in the last 12 months off his salary/winnings. Only $10 million on endorsements, which is about right, but
made $275, spent $325.
Yeah, that's probably about right. He probably is not happy this came out. Other guys on it, a bunch of soccer players: Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. Federer's on the list: Steph Curry, Matt Ryan, and Stafford.
Roger Federer.
Roger Federer, yep, number 7 on the list.
He's still doing whatever.
He only made 12.2 in winning, so he hasn't really won anything. But he did make $65 million in endorsements. So.
Good grief.
Yeah, they did all right. So, that's your list.
We're in the wrong deal.
Well, we're just not athletic. So.
It's a tennis ball.
Yeah, the ball's coming out like 100 miles an hour.
Hey, then again, I'm like, it's a softball. And
I
can't see the
I was gonna say, talk about it on Monday nights.
All right. Sad but true. Let's wrap this up.
Let's
you guess which one is unfortunately sad but true. I'm going to read off 2 stories. If you're watching, take a guess as well. See what you think.
All right.
Don't fast forward. Here we go. Story number 1. And I tried to change up the way I wrote these stories too.
Yeah, I was trying to think back to how you wrote them the last go around, but
this will be totally different.
All right.
Okay, story number 1. There are many investigations always ongoing in Washington, but the ones we all hear about these days seem to have to do with Trump. You may know that Trump's lawyer is at the center of many investigations, including payments to porn stars, all kinds of nasty stuff. What you may not have heard was that AT&T, among other companies, have recently admitted to paying Trump's lawyer to do, quote, actual work. What has been revealed by AT&T, they admitted that they paid as much as $600,000 to get info about Trump's thinking so that they could get some clues as to changes in future regulations or things they would want to know before everyone else. Other companies paid over $1 million for the same information. They claim that it wasn't considered paying for access to the president and have since canceled their contract with the lawyer now that Robert Mueller is starting to ask some questions to AT&T. That's story number one.
I like this. Okay.
That's pretty clever.
That's a good one.
Story number two. Elon Musk is the popular CEO of Tesla Motors. No doubt one of the great visionaries of our time. I put that in there. That part's, I think that about it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
You're a musketeer.
Oh, that's clever. Now, agree or disagree with the stock price and valuation, most would agree that the guy is superhuman. But as we all do, Elon Musk has some interesting skeletons in his closet. He taught himself programming at the age of 12. And when he moved to Canada at 17, he started his first, quote, business. As a kid, he put himself out there as a computer repair expert, had lots of business, and he would help local businesses with their computer systems. What he later admitted in an interview with Bloomberg News was that he would fix the computers and then install a sort of virus that would present the blue screen of death about 38 days later. He used 38 because it was an inside joke, as 38 made reference to the second to last seat in school all the way back in grade school, which he sat in. Well, 38 days later, he would be called back for another fix, and he would charge them for the service of simply removing the virus that he installed. Business genius or business scam artist? And that's the second story.
Man.
Aren't they good?
That was pretty good.
I like making these stories, man.
Yeah, that was good.
So is it Washington or is it Musk?
I believe the Musk thing, he seems like the kind of guy that would do that. He absolutely seems like the type of guy that would do that. As far as AT&T and the lawyer, man, AT&T would probably be in a good bit of trouble there because there's no way that they can, wiggle themselves out of that one. I mean, that is asking for direct contact to the president. I mean, that's
In a roundabout way.
no, that would be their case in court. It just wouldn't go well. I'll say that the first one, nope, the second one is sad but true.
You're saying Elon Musk is sad but true.
Absolutely.
You'd be disappointed then.
Oh, really?
AT&T did admit that they paid $600,000 to Trump's lawyer to get some clues and everything, all of that. And Novartis was another company. I believe they paid $1.2 million for the exact same thing.
Wow.
They're pissed because they claim that the work wasn't done because Trump's lawyer is under investigation, so he's been, elsewhere.
Yeah.
But that's true. And so for me, the sad part is that just proves if this is true, then that happens every presidential cycle.
Has to, right?
It had to happen with Obama, with Bush, with Clinton, with them.
This isn't the first time this has ever happened.
Yeah.
AT&T isn't the first company to do this. And,
sure.
Well, they might be, but I mean,
it's not like AT&T was like, I got an idea.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Novartis and other companies did the same.
Yeah,
So,
there's absolutely no way. This goes on all the time, and
I think so.
if something does come of it, I feel for AT&T or the White House, whatever one happens, but I feel for AT&T because they're the ones that got caught, and they're going to be the ones that.
So far, nobody's in trouble. Like, it just kind of came out as news, and they were like, yeah, we did. Nothing.
So they're just going to brush it under the rug and kind of get
that's it.
Come on.
If that's a problem, now to me, if that's a problem, you could just see that both political sides going, wait a minute. Well, if they did this for Trump, let's go back and look at Clinton too. You could just see the nonsense there. But that part's true. Absolutely everything I said about Elon Musk, besides moving to Canada at 17, was false.
He seems like that kind of guy. I mean, he really
I think
does.
he would.
He definitely seems like that kind of guy.
I briefly thought, why don't I look up and see if he's done anything wrong? I just couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Because so much stuff is about all the stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's all I got for you, man. First episode back from the Doe Show. Let me know what you think. Let me know how we can do it better. If you have anything you want us to talk about or share our opinions on, and we'll talk to you soon.
That was fun. Love it.